What's up, Airsofters? It's Dave here from Airsoft GI here in Plano, Texas, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something a little goofy. We were browsing around on the local Facebook groups the other day, checking out the comments, seeing what the community was up to, and I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to put nobody on blast like that, but I read probably the goofiest thing I have read in the airsoft industry in quite some time. I was having a discussion with a young airsofter about proper ways to care and maintain for his CO2 pistol. And unfortunately, it came to our attention that his gun was lubricated with olive oil. Not silicone oil, not like any kind of fancy specific like Teflon-based lubricant or anything like that, like nothing high speed. Olive oil, like you cook with. Because, you know, that's just what you have lying around. It's oil, right? It's all the same. It's oil's oil, right? Doesn't matter. You can put that in your car. It's going to lubricate your shocks and your transmission, all that. It's all the same stuff. But it got me thinking, right? So mad scientist brain happened. And I said, what if we do it? Like, for science, let's just see what happens. I'm just mildly curious. So conveniently, ever so conveniently, Matt, one of the sales guys up here at the Texas store, very handily donated for the cause a handgun for us, so that we can test this thing out and see if it works, see what it does. So first things first, we're gonna take it over the range. We're gonna go shoot it. We're gonna make sure the whole thing actually works, because this isn't much of a test if, you know, the gun didn't work to begin with. Then I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna clean it with olive oil, and things are gonna get real. So stick around, guys. This is gonna be fun. So here we are, guys. We got Gold M9. I think this is a WeTech, right, Matt?
KJ.
KJ? Oh, it's KJ. Okay, my bad. KJ M9. We're gonna lubricate this KJ M9. Yeah, blue nozzle, that would have given it away. Pay attention. KJ M9, Gold M9. This little US Marine Corps logo, I kind of dig that. And then we got a mag full of BBs, some green gas. This is pre any kind of shenanigans. Just waiting on the word. Works pretty well. It's not the most accurate. You can definitely see the hop up is a little squirrely, so I'm gonna rule out that if we throw any olive oil on this thing and the hop up gets like 15 kinds of dumb, it's probably not the olive oil's fault. But so far it's working pretty good. So we're gonna empty out the gas and let's go take this thing apart. So, safety first, mag out, barrel's clear, because some nerd in the comments is gonna say something, oh, you didn't clear your barrel. Yes, we did. Pull apart the M9, there you go. So, the question is, how far do we want to take this guy down, right? I think the frame is good. We'll leave that the way it is. But we'll have an adventure in watching Dave try to put this thing together. So, because those of you who know me know I hate taking apart M9s. They're literally my least favorite pistol to work on. I do not like doing these at all, not one bit. Oh, and this one's got some funny parts in here too, so it's just not going to want to play nice. There we go. Just overhandling it, swirl it in. All right. So, first things first, we're gonna take a little bit of shop towel, plain blue shop towel. You can get this at most hardware stores, Walmart. Take a little piece of it. And I wanna make sure that we have as clean of a test as possible. So I'm gonna get in here and try and scrub out any of the lube that's just loose and still kind of in there, because Andrew did do Matt a solid and lube this up the other day. And I'm over here undoing all of his hard work. He's gonna be super mad when he sees this video. Scrub all that out. I'm gonna get in here and just get the loose stuff off. I'm not gonna get too crazy. We're not gonna spray it down with degreaser. Like, come on, guys. Like, who do you think we are, Mythbusters? Like, we're not that intense. And now, the piece de resistance. Courtesy of one of our regulars, Jack, who also saw the same comment thread and said, man, I gotta bring you guys some olive oil. You guys can do the video. And that was kind of where we got the idea from. So, what we're going to do is just pour a little bit of it into the cap here to use as a reservoir of sorts. Set it right about yonder. Tiny little brush. So if you don't have any kind of like a proper dropper bottle or a spray to lubricate, I like using a tiny brush. You can get these like dirt cheap paint brushes from like the craft store or Walmart, wherever, and you can use these to lubricate your gun a little bit. And it makes it a little easier to kind of get a thin coating. And those of you who have watched our videos on painting know how much I love a good thin coat. But, oh my goodness, this stuff is going on there thick. Matt, is this troubling you to watch as I sit here and just like totally abuse your gun?
I'm not going to say that I appreciate it.
I mean, you did volunteer your gun for science.
Only because it's science.
That's fair. So we're gonna Get it all up in here. I'm trying to avoid your blowback unit because I know that's going to do some nasty stuff. I don't want to be that mean. Get your barrel housing. We're going to get it all good and in there. Nice and lubricated. Let's do your recoil spring. God, this is, I'm pretty sure this is expired olive oil too, so this is going to make this really fun.
I mean, it's better than
I'm curious now. Let me look. Where's the date on here? Oh, yeah, that expired in September of last year. Good job, Jack. I don't want to know why that was still in your pantry. He dropped that off like literally the other day. So, same thing, just get a little bit on there. Get it all up in your inner workings. And don't worry, I know there's like some super ridiculous gun purist in the background right now who's looking at this Gold M9 and screaming, it's getting exactly what it deserves. Oh, it just leaked down your mag well onto my finger. That was uncomfortable. That felt gross. Not gonna lie.
Good thing we have shop towels.
Yeah, that's what the shop towels are for. All right, let's throw this sucker back together. And now the fun part. Let's watch Dave put together an M9.
Don't you have like a personal house rule about these things?
Yeah, my wife and I have a very strict no Beretta rule in my house.
Not to at Beretta, but...
Not to at Beretta, but we gonna at Beretta. My wife's time in the military has made her...
a little salty?
Yeah, salty is an understatement. And to KJW's credit, they make probably the easiest put together M9 on the market. So you know what, so far, that's not that bad. I'm a little impressed. So initial first impressions. This thing is slick, like zoom in on that. Look how shiny, they're just covered in lubricant that is. My hands are just from putting that together. I paintbrushed everything on there, so I didn't touch very much of that oil with my actual fingers. And it's dripping. Like you can see where that just dripped everywhere as we were putting it together, like all up in here. This is gonna be fun.
This is like an olive oil crime scene.
Yeah. You wanna shoot it or should I?
No, I'm not getting my hands olive oiled.
Fair enough. All right, cool. Let's go back to the range. All right, so here we have gross, nasty. We're gonna zoom in for effect. Still all slimy and disgusting like it was previous. And you may wanna stand back a little bit. Oh, I got it in my mouth. That was disgusting. Let's get it right up. Get right up on it. Oh. That is nasty. Look at the way that just sprayed all over the frame and gotten everywhere. The mag's got it all over the top. Now that's just leaking everywhere. Whoo, that's nasty. That is quite possibly the... Oh, God, I still have, like, nasty expired olive oil in my mouth. I can taste it. It's in my nose. It's in my nose. Okay, cool. Let's go put this thing down. I'm going to go clean out my nasal passages. We'll go over why olive oil in your gun is a terrible idea.
You know, it's really upsetting whenever you volunteer your gun. And yeah, this little message to all the kids out there: don't volunteer your guns for dumb projects, because your boss will definitely take advantage of that.
Okay, so I promised Matt I'd clean it when we were done, so we're gonna kind of pull this thing down. I'm gonna show you guys kind of some of the problems with doing this. So you can hear just wiping at it, like there's so much olive oil all over this. We didn't even put any on the magazine, and it's just filthy, just covered in olive oil. Now, luckily for Matt, he bought this to upgrade it, right? So not gonna be that big of a deal. Most of these internal parts are gonna get replaced anyway, but like that, just you can't even get that sheen off. So I'll show you something that we use here in the shop. So something that you can buy, again, at hardware stores, auto parts stores. It's a CRC QD electronic cleaner. Now you have to be really careful with this stuff, because what it can do to your gun is dry out your rubbers. It won't break them and ruin them the way that like using gun lubricant will, but the aerosol agent that's in here can be a little dangerous. So it's a pretty good light degreaser though. So for getting off things like olive oil, you can kind of get in here and just...
Also, make sure that you're using this in like a ventilated area.
Yeah, very well ventilated. We have the AC on blast right now, despite the fact that it is currently 40 degrees outside.
Mostly to keep air circulating, but yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we actually have the cooling element on, but like the fact that we have the air running right now is making it super cold in here. I may have to go put on a jacket soon. I just don't want to get my jacket covered in olive oil. There you go, take a look at that. And now it's nice and dry. It's not slick to the touch the way that it was before, and it's just the smooth metal again, which is exactly what you want. So again, you don't want to spray directly on there and just hose it, because what's going to happen, especially in your gas blowback magazines, is you're going to end up spraying some in here in your valves and jack up your O-rings. You don't want to do that. But take apart your gun again. And for all your gun nerds in the comments going, oh, he didn't show us it was clear this time. Too bad. We cleared it beforehand. You can deal. You'll get over it. I promise. Maybe your mom will make you some Hot Pockets. Hashtag Agaranthum. So, apologies for the really awkward cut in the video there. We're filming this on an iPhone because, you know, we're real high class around here. And somebody decided to try and call me, which was great. So, thanks. You know who you were. Toby. Anyway, start pulling apart the rest of this gun. And you can kind of see some of the other craziness. Like, look, there's just oil everywhere. It's all over the place in here, Matt. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry, buddy. Now I kind of wish we'd have been patient and waited to use Andrew's junk gun that he was going to bring up. I got impatient and I wanted to film today. So instead, on a nice slow, rainy winter day in February here in Dallas, we are spraying down. Okay, that's it. That towel's toast. Let me get another one. Spraying down your gun.
You know, whenever you get a new car and they're like, oh my God, it still has a new car shine. This isn't what they meant.
No.
This is not what they meant at all.
This is not how any of this works. So we'll go through and just show you guys the damage, and then we'll clean the rest of this off camera. But you can kind of see, look, there's just so much like grease and lubricant, and that's way too much. And what you want to watch out for in situations where you have lubricant like that is that you're going to trap all kinds of dust, dirt, debris, like especially for like our local players in our community that are playing out at D14. Like it's so windy and dusty out there. That soil is so loose that over lubricating your gun like this is bad. On top of that, as was mentioned in the Facebook thread that inspired this whole video, it's a biological material, which means it's going to decay, it's going to go bad over time, and it's going to start causing all kinds of other problems. So I think what we learned is that this is actually kind of like a halfway decent temporary solution, but I wouldn't advocate doing it any further than we've already done. So I'm going to get a little bit of CRC in here and kind of clean up this barrel and kind of see if we can't take some of this stuff out. Just spray it on the towel. Be very careful, wipe it down, let it sit. It's going to get really cold, and you guys won't be able to see that on camera really, but like, this stuff is freezing. Be very careful not to spray your skin with it, especially if you're like me and you've got really dry skin. It's gonna mess you up. It does not feel good. You don't need to wear gloves necessarily, but it might not be a bad idea. I think that the can says too, we're just irresponsible. So, we'll get all this apart, and then we'll put the gun back together so that you guys know everything's cool and good to go. We didn't totally break Matt's gun, all right? We'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so behind the scenes here action, Robert, one of our regulars here at DFW Airsoft on Instagram. You guys should follow him. He's fantastic. He posts some good high-speed stuff. Some great videos, too, by the way.
Thank you.
He's been watching us film this whole segment while Matt cries silently in the background behind the camera. As somebody who does not work for an airsoft store and would not do dumb things like this to your gun for a video, would you ever consider lubing your gun with olive oil?
No. Negative.
Absolutely not.
No.
And so you get a lot of nice guns. You definitely don't want to mess those up.
Yes. No.
Right? So don't do it, guys. It's bad.
Don't do it.
It's super awful. Definitely do not. Matt, how do you feel about the fact that we just like totally annihilated any hope your gun ever had of being clean ever again?
Well, I have to say that the way you talked me into it was pretty slick.
We bamboozled him. Oh, wait. I see dad joke. That was dad, and you should feel dad.
Slippery.
Anyway, knock off the olive oil, guys. It's no good for your guns.
No.
Thank you, Jack, for bringing the olive oil, and we really appreciate it, buddy. And those of you who were involved in that thread in the D14 group know exactly what we're talking about. So thank you, guys. It was a blast. It was great inspiration for a video. We'll see you guys in the next store vlog. This is Dave and Matt from Texas with Robert at DFW Airsoft. Check him out. How does this finger thing work in selfie cam? I'm not used to this. I haven't done this in a while. Whatever. This guy. Follow this guy on the internet. He's cool. We'll see you guys next time.